by 6
Poisonous vibration. Help my body run. I'm running for my life. Running for my life. Sipping on straight glory. Let the vibe slide over me. This beat is a chemical. Beat is a chemical. When I leave, don't save my seat.
Stand out with custom gear from Dab Marketing. No design fees, no minimum orders. Just premium sublimated shirts built for the service industry. Look professional, look sharp. Get your gear from Dab Marketing.
Happy Thursday, everybody. That was a short intro. I was not ready.
I was not ready for that either.
Hey, it's Thursday night. It's the best show that's on a podcast, that's on your computer, whatever you're looking to it for. And Trudy is all excited. This is the Clean Humor Podcast. Got the host of the most, Miss Trudy over there. And I'm Anthony from Southern Surface Cleaning and Pressure Washing. And we got Mr. Matt from EaCo Chem on here with us tonight. And we're going to be talking about chemicals and stuff. But before we get into that, we got a couple of announcements. We got the Power Clean CETA event coming up October the 8th through the 11th. That's in Orlando Creek. I guess it's a resort of some sort. If that's what it looks like. It looks like it ought to be in Las Vegas somewhere. But anyway, and then after that, you got about a month to get ready for the greatest show on earth, which is the Panhandle Expo. And it's being held in Panama City Beach, Florida, and that is November the 3rd and the 5th. The 3rd is a paid class day. You will get several more informations about that. We're going to start tonight off with just the striping lot class. What we got here is Jeffrey Blackman's coming in from Texas. It is a $3.99 class. You get this book. The book, if you go on his website and buy this book, it's $40. So that's going to knock it on down there a little bit more. And then on top of that, we got another deal going. The first 10 people gets $50 off of that. So you're going to get a bigger discount doing that. This book inside here has so much information. You can literally take this book, guys, and go to a parking lot and lay a brand new parking lot out just by this book. It's well worth the money. It's well worth the education part to come in, get in that class, get educated. It's going to be fun. This man is on fire. He makes the bucks doing what he does. If you go to Texas and take this class, guys, listen, he gets $1,500 a person if you go out to Texas and take this class from this guy. So we got him coming in, doing a sweet deal for everybody. We're even going to feed you lunch. So, you're going to get educated. You're going to learn a new niche to make more money, put more money in your bank account, which more money makes mama happy. So there you go. We got that covered. The next, we got Miss Alana Martinez. She is going to be doing an AI class. Go get registered for that. I don't know a lot about it. I'm not a big AI person, but we're going to learn a lot more about it over the next few months and get ready to get her exploded up, get her classroom full of folks where we get in here and let AI run some of our ads and stuff for us and just make your business more profitable. That is a $199 class. But the first 10 people, if you use the promo code Early Bird, gets in for $150. That's all happening November the 3rd at the Panhandle Expo. I suggest you go get registered. The website's going across the bottom of the screen. That's panhandleexpo.com. And that's pretty much all the announcements, except for Trudy is sitting on pins and needles for me to turn this show over to Matt. He is with EaCo Chem. If you're familiar with our products, it's an amazing product. I mean, you got One Way Store, you got the NMD 80.
Yes.
Probably We'll let him do a spill on what
I'll let him talk. Okay, I'll just
I'm sure Trudy's got a billion questions to ask because she told me that you could just do the introduction and sit back and eat popcorn tonight. So we're going to see how that goes. But anyway, this is Mr. Matt from EaCo Chem. Enough talking about him. Let's let him introduce himself. Tell us background about yourself and how you got into the business.
Hello, everyone. I'm Matt here. I work with EaCo Chem. I'll be there. I'll be going on 5 years this year there. But I actually never was in the industry, so I kind of came up, across EaCo Chem and kind of what they did. And I learned everything really just from getting all the questions, and all the different, problems, issues, try to fix them. So it's really a lot of hands-on learning, which, like I say, you don't realize like how much there is to learn, but there's all different stuff happening. But like I said, working on 5 years and get everything what we get in each day, different questions. It's always interesting. It's always different each day. So we have it's good getting in calls, and we always provide good product information. Everyone's always willing to call in. We always are answering the phone. So Trudy knows that we always pick up as soon as we the phone rings. So but yeah, like I said, I've never had, like I said, the full experience of cleaning, but as far as all the knowledge and questions, I'm always happy to help and make everyone better and get their money and go on to the next job. So yeah.
My cheeks hurt. I've been smiling all day.
Well, Trudy, you have a question?
No, I'm surprised when he sees me call. It's like, oh.
No.
I have the weirdest, because I can answer pretty much most of the questions, but when I call, I'm like, I have not seen this before, and they're like, oh, we haven't either. Let's work on it. I'll call you back. So
Right.
and they always call me back. I've never had an issue or a problem that they have not answered. Even if they don't answer, they're honest and say, you know what? They can test this, but we haven't came across it. This is what we suggest testing with all our, chemistry knowledge that, they go up the chain. Like Matt doesn't answer. He goes, I need to ask this person, ask this person. And they won't give us a fake answer just to sell a product. They won't. And,
Exactly.
and I send them pictures. I sent them a little bit ago, but I send an email, and I probably am on the phone before they even get the email. I'm like, hey. They're like,
Yeah.
let me check the email.
I get the email, and I'm waiting for the call to come after. So that's all.
He's like, right after. It's like, hey, did you get the email? Just opening it. Because, I need to learn. And, chemicals is my thing. If you can't talk to, my cheeks are just so.
I do have a question though.
Oh, okay, sure.
All right.
We all know F9's got their cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
Does EaCo Chem have a similar thing that's called the cookbook? Or
Yeah, we have it's called Encyclopedia of Clean. And we actually have we do have the paper version, which we, like Trudy has them in her place. We do send them to some other locations, but we also have it digitally right on the website too, which we, our company, and Wade, I'll even shout Wade, he's in our marketing. He did a lot of work too with some of the the website and getting all because our website, a lot of people go on there thinking, oh, just let me go buy a product. It's literally a whole knowledge center. But that encyclopedia, we have that same thing, and it's ours is it's available free on the website, and it gives you different suggestions. So if you have concrete as your substrate and say you need rust stains, it'll give you the product suggestion, which we would say One Restore, for example. But that's available for everyone to go on there and check that out. And we do try to update it. If we get newer things and stuff that we don't have listed in there, we'll add that in as we can. So we do have that available on our website. Yeah.
So what was the most popular that you have? I would say One Restore is probably one of them, and probably the NMD 80.
Oh yeah, that's two. We have really 5 flagship, really not even 6 flagship products. So yeah, our NMD 80 and One Restore are always like our top 2. We also have Clean Sol BC and HD Brightenol, which are great general purpose cleaners. Heritage Restore, that's another good restoration product. With One Restore, good for historical properties and more sensitive substrates. And then we also have Hot Stain Remover, which is good for we get a lot of oil question removal, and you get the automotive side, you get the food side, and that actually will take care of both types. So we always suggest with Hot Stain we get food traps or the dumpster pads and everything like that. But yeah, six main ones, and then like I said, we also have paint strippers, truck washing products. So we have a lot of different stuff too besides just exterior cleaning. So we always get different things. So yeah,
They are all on my shelf. All of them.
yeah, she got them all.
All of them.
Should get every one of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
So
Sorry.
if somebody's, I'm gonna let you go, but I got some questions I want to ask before you just take off. Because
You're killing me. You're killing me right now. I have been waiting all day.
So what? I know you have. That's
Position
fine.
for co-host. If anybody is interested, no.
All right, Alana, hit you
Oh,
button.
go ahead.
What people need to look for if they're looking, if you go out and look at something, how would they tell which one, if you need the NMD 80 or the one restore? What substrates would they need to look for?
Well, it's sometimes like the substrate, but it's also we always like ask like what someone's trying to clean, too. So it depends on what someone's trying to remove. And NMD 80, that's our new masonry detergent. So that's really used a lot for the post-construction cleanup. Its main design as far as removing mortar. It can also has preventatives when it's cleaning new building to prevent efflorescence, but it also can remove it as well. So it just kind of depends because like NMD 80, I do see like questions. I follow some groups. They use some for red clay stains and it works on some of them. But I think it's a lot when it's like new construction. And then I guess as far as one restore too, it's also a question we get like different substrates. So the one restore is very versatile. So it just depends because really it can be used on any substrate. Besides maybe like sandstone, that's like if we get in more too, like heritage, there's like certain products like heritage. We would recommend to try that over one restore because doesn't have a chance of discoloring it. Granite and like marble, it doesn't. If it's polished, heritage won't affect that. So it just really depends on like the substrate itself, but then like what they're trying to clean. So if they need to remove a stain, NMD 80 is not like it's like I said for new construction. So I can remove some stuff and clean, but you really need one restore, to get that that tough stain out. Which one restore it deep cleans, and if people have used it, like where you clean with it and where you don't. Yeah. So
I've heard heritage brought up a pretty good bit. So if you was cleaning like let's say a cemetery, the headstones and stuff, that would probably be the go-to.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. Yeah, because we do get some of those questions. People don't want to clean those. So yeah, like your granite and marble, which are very sensitive. Heritage doesn't have the effect to like affect the polish if it is polished, and then like I said, doesn't discolor sandstone, but you could also, even historical. We got, I think there's a place that's over like Villanova just recently. Like there's an old, it's like 100, they're celebrating their 175th anniversary or whatever. This like building, it's like, and it's guy actually just was doing a test with it's like old limestone, But it's like if you look at some of the pictures of heritage too, which I'll bring up our website too. Like there's a lot of you'll see the pictures are like a lot of historical stuff like that, which like I said, it works good. It's it's sensitive to those type of substrates. So
go Trudy.
Thank you.
If everybody wondering, I was getting text messages over here that I was going to get killed. I gotta let the queen talk.
You're killing me, dude. You're killing me. I'm sitting here all day just antsy about this.
Oh, I got a list of stuff. I could have kept going.
Already threatened to replace you. Anyways, so as a washer, I'm
looking for a new host, by the way.
Boy, he's pushing it. He's pushing it today. He knows how excited I am at chemical.
Go ahead.
So
do your thing, girl.
Thank you. I love your products. If it hasn't shown my cheek. Look, I'm just it hurts. They're versatile. They are tested. They are proven. And, I've seen posts today and throughout, I tag you in whenever I answer so they can get more information from you. Because I use the products. I use them out in the field. And there's so many posts that I see where people are using, I say store-bought chemicals, and then they're causing damage, and then they're like, how can I fix this? And, you know, I know people are on a budget. I know people can't afford a lot of things. But when it comes to taking care of somebody's largest investment, a house, you know, you save money by purchasing store-bought, which some work fine. I'm not saying they don't.
Right.
But are you willing to take the chance on something that somebody's told you about instead of using something that's actually been tested? Heritage Restore, for one, I spoke to a guy that was using the apple wash that turns, it's got the pink dye in it. It's got the pink dye. And they washed this old building, and it was old stone or masonry. What, I don't know. It was so old. Anyway, it turned the whole building pink. It turned it pink. And
the building pink.
yes, the whole building, and it wouldn't come off. And this was a historical site, but the dye in the soap had just bled into because it was so porous, and they couldn't get it out. And that was a big no-no. And you know, when people have a job that they have to do, and they don't know how to clean it. You know, I know there's a lot of guys, keyboard warriors out there that just say, oh, you know, you shouldn't be washing if you don't know how to do it.
Right.
I applaud these people that ask questions. You know, I've been in the industry over 20 years. I don't know all the answers. Substrates change, products change, you know, metals change, everything changed. After COVID, they were pulling different materials to build the same thing. So everything's not the same. So when you have a question, you know, I answer, you guys answer. Ignore the keyboard warriors that just say you don't know what you're doing. I applaud you for asking, because there's so many different substrates, so many different chemicals, so many different chemical reactions, and so much can go wrong in this industry that you are ultimately liable for.
But you know what, Trudy?
Yeah.
Them keyboard warriors, I bet they've asked the same questions that they get on people's tail for asking.
But,
Somewhere down the line when they started, they asked a stupid question that we think is stupid.
well,
But
I
there's
don't
no
think so.
stupid question. There's only stupid answers that you get out of people.
I applaud people, even if it's like, what is SH? I applaud them for asking, because if they don't know, they're learning, and when you learn, you grow. And I know you guys at EaCo Chem, you know, that's what I said earlier. I'm like, you probably see my number. I'm like, oh no. It's
No.
I ask because I want to learn, and I know I want to learn from the people that make the product and the people that do that, because like I said, there's so many different substrates, so many different stains, so many different surfaces that we could damage if you don't know the right answer.
Yeah. 100%.
I test.
Yeah, test. I mean, I don't know how many times I say tester in the day. It's just, it's probably so many times, because there's so many. It's kind of crazy sometimes. Like the people, I'll get some calls, and it's like they're already saying they already know the job they're gonna do, but they haven't even went out and tested it yet. So it's like, yeah, that's always kind of hurt, because I'm always like, you know, sometimes there's jobs that have multiple products we can suggest, you know, and they always sometimes ask, well, which one works best? Well, the only way to find out is going out there, conduct a small test spot, you know, and see, because our chemicals, they're always going to show the results right there, you know. So yeah.
And I get people that come in, and I'm like, okay, I would try this first, and then I would buy this gallon just in case this doesn't work. But if you don't use that gallon, feel free to come back. I'll refund your money. Just don't use it. If it's unopened, I'll refund it. But if that doesn't work, you already have the chemical on the job to do the job. So, you know, always make sure you have what you need to do the job, because otherwise you're making 2 trips. The customer's lost faith in you at that point. You know, so, I mean, they're like, we hired a professional and you don't know what you're doing. I mean, that's what they see. You know, I know being out in the field that I've tested several chemicals. It's squirrel pee. A rust remover removes squirrel pee. Did you know that? I learned that.
Yeah.
I tried a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Rust remover, squirrel pee.
Rust remover. How'd you know?
Down a light, stuck
How'd you
on
know it
wall.
was squirrel peas? What I want to know.
Well, the homeowner has like a little, like a morning nook, a breakfast nook
When it-
for coffee.
They tasted it.
She
That's
actually
squirrel
told me
food.
in her little breakfast nook, she sits there and she said the same damn squirrel climbs up the wall and pees in front of me every morning. It's a stain, and I'm just like, huh, I've never cleaned squirrel pee off white stucco. Well, let me try. So, I don't overpromise, but I've got chemicals in my truck. I'm going to try rust remover in case you come across squirrel pee. But anyway, back to what the chemicals. So,
What about temperature? Does temperature affect the chemicals like the Cleansol or the One Restore? Or
So you want to work. We suggest so if it is a hot day, our range is you want to be below 90 degrees, the surface temperature. So because not it'll just the chemical itself will evaporate. So if you do have to flash cool beforehand, you want to make sure it's below 90 degrees. Now our products too, they've been outside in the cold and the heat. Like I said, our products too don't have any shelf life either. So you can always reuse them. So I always try to bring that up to people as well, because some other products you only use once and that's it. You can open up a little bit of clean sol and save a little for a next job. So yeah, just as long as it's below 90 degrees. So if not, just pretty much chemical will go away, or you just won't see any results because it's too hot that day. But
it was so hot up here today in Alabama. I think if you spraying anything, it was going to evaporate. I think my paint was drying before it was even hitting the
right.
yeah, you guys aren't in Florida, are you?
Yeah. I don't got the same temperature.
Yeah, we get it's going to be 106. It feels like 106 on Saturday. I'm going camping. I'll be just floating around lazy pool. I'll be fine.
The temperature or the heat index?
Heat index is 106.
Well, ours is hitting that too.
Yeah.
It was 96. I think 96, 97 degrees today. So it was the heat index was over. I drank so much water today it wasn't even funny.
Yeah.
Have you tried the buy water? It's coconut. It tastes good and it's got a lot of antioxidants in it. You can get it at Sam's. I'm doing a commercial right now. Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have brought some chemicals in there, done a commercial with EaCo Chem. I mean, but we say how you are. You want to promote
I can
store and not promote Panhandle. Say how you gonna be.
He is on a thin line tonight.
Yeah.
Woo, I'm in a good mood.
Anyway, so my favorite is let's talk oxidation, Cleansol BC. I see a lot of guys having issues with it, but they use it straight or 50-50. Now, I know the label changed. It used to be dilute 4 to 1, or 1 to 4, 1 gallon Cleansol, 4 gallons water. And then you can dilute 10 or 20 to 1 after that. I know they've now got a scale, easier to read for the severity of the stain. Using a chemical that should be diluted to that extent, using it stronger, just say they put it in pump up 50-50. What's that going to do to vinyl siding that's oxidized?
Well, yeah. So yeah, 50-50. I mean, I can have an example of it too, but yeah, I mean, that's going to take off any oxidation that's there. Use 50-50. It's going to take it off.
It may take more off than not.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's not stripping the paint because it doesn't have. If we need someone that wants to strip paint, we have to recommend a paint stripper. So clean. It's taking off the oxidized paint, but that 4 to 1, I always say, and I say on the phone, it's like in quotations, like 4 to 1 is your undiluted amount. Yeah. It's like you're never using that straight out of the bottle because, like I said, the 4 to 1 is then meant to be like the instruction. I always say it's best to be downstream in that product.
Yes.
Now, so that's how that's set up because you do 4 to 1. You take, I say every gallon of clean sol will make a 5-gallon bucket of cleaner. So you pour your gallon of clean sol, 4 gallons of water, and then that 10 to 1 that we suggest next, that's usually, everyone's size injector. I know they vary a little bit, but as that 4 to 1 goes through your 10 to 1 injector, that's actually 50 to 1 is what we're saying. That's your starting point for oxidation, which that's what people think that's so diluted out, but that's our starting point. We suggest to start, and then you can work your way down, but always testing in spray bottles or pump sprayers first to see which dilution is, moving it best for you. So
well, you still could X-jet it and get a little stronger mix if you.
Yeah. Some people do that.
Would you get a stronger mix, Trudy, if you X-jet or coming through the injector itself. There's a thin line there. Sometimes it probably depends on what you're shooting.
It would depend on what orifice you're using. An X-jet is actually downstreaming at the gun. So you're closer to the gun with the chemicals as you are going through 200 foot of line. But wouldn't you get more if you downstream? Wouldn't you just dilute it less at the get-go instead of 1 to 4? Wouldn't you dilute it 1 to 2 and then downstream? Wouldn't that would give you a stronger mix, and you're still not having to carry a bucket with next jet around?
Or just downstream it straight out of the bucket.
That's still way strong. It's a highly concentrated chemical.
Yeah. It depends too on like the size machine. If you like, because I do skip people that will do that. So like the way our chemistry was, like I said, our owner was, pressure washer, but he had our range we usually recommend is anywhere from 3 to 6. That's not knocking anyone that has, 8 or, 10. It's just you get more water flow going through. So that, if you put a, 10 to 1, inject, say into the bucket or with your injector, then that might be more diluted with like an 8 or 10 gallon per minute machine. So you just have to adjust it accordingly. But and I always tell people, like I said, I have, like I said, as far as equipment goes, everyone knows their own equipment. So but that's why I always say, like, testing in the spray bottle. And we have a little video like on our website that kind of shows that, just like a white vinyl fence, and it just shows like the different dilution. It's just doing like trigger sprayer testing. Here's a, it's like taped off in blue. There's a 50 to 1 dilution. Here's a 20 to 1. Here's 10 to 1. Here's the 4 to 1. And then you can see that difference in the clean. So if you're going to get the same, 20 to 1 dilution and it looks the same as a, 10 to 1, you're going to go with the, one that's, using less chemical, with also still doing the same clean. Yeah.
So running an 8 and 9 gallon a minute machine, I run a 2.1 injector, which is 3 to 5 gallon a minute, because it has more pull. We're using the Venturi effect. So with the suction, it's going to pull more chemical. So I get more draw out of mine than if somebody had an 8 with a 2.3 injector, which I'm probably speaking a foreign language to you. But the guys out there are going to know it. So, it's going to pull more chem if you go drop down 1 injector size. Some guys try to drop down 2, which I wouldn't recommend. That's too much stress on your pump. But, we had a chemical. So a question. I had a recommendation from another washer a few years ago to use Cleansol BC to clean AccuBond panels on a car dealership. Would you recommend this? Would you soft wash? What dilution, or would you downstream?
Okay. Yeah, for as AccuBond panels, we usually recommend, that's Cleansol BC or HD Brightenol we recommend. So, it depends. Like Cleansols are alkaline, and like I said, Brightenols are acid. So it just, like I said, depends if the panels were oxidized, which you can use Cleansol obviously for that. But if it just needs a general clean, we also recommend HD Brightenol. I also throw another chemical in there sometimes too, because on some of those dealerships, if a lot of people do dealerships, sometimes you get the between those panels, you get either like caulking or there's silicone, and sometimes that bleeds, which sometimes I'll recommend tar melt sometimes with that, because that'll help, take that off of there. But yeah, Cleansol BC or HD Brightenol, if they just need like a general clean on those panels, those are the two we always, recommend to test. So, and then you can, downstream it or even upstream. We just recommend, like, our products are all pressure washing. So, just always, rinse with a pressure washer is what we always recommend. So sometimes we get the people that, soft wash, it just doesn't, not that it's not working for them. They try to soft wash it, but it's our products are all designed for pressure washing. So you just you can apply it, even the soft wash method, just rinse still with a pressure washer. So.
The other chemical was HD Brightenol. Randy just asked what the other chemical was HD Brightenol.
Yes.
Okay, so oxidation. I have a lot of questions. People do drive-throughs, fast food restaurants, and they got the tire marks or somebody burned out. I always tell them tar melt, especially for the thick burnouts that my husband does down the road. I mean, some guy down the road that I'm probably married to. So the tar melt is good to get up those tire marks. What else is that good for?
The seat for seat tar melt. Well, it's all if you do get tar. We had a got there was a building just actually a couple weeks ago I think actually we updated on our website under one of our because we have some toolboxes on there too that there's different like commercial, residential, the different products. But we had a guy, there was tar from a building. It was connected to another, and they took it down. So there was a tar line right there. So I mean, as far as tar, because it's some people call in and be like it's you have sea tar melt, is that going to be best for tar? So that is what we always recommend for that. Sea tar melt, can also, like I said, the caulking bleeding, silicone bleeding, you can use that on. There's a couple like asphalt, companies that have like the sealer, their trucks actually will use it to clean their trucks off, to get that seal coating off. So you can even use that sea tar melt on, on a fleet, fleet washing in a way as well. So, and then I'll point then one and three. I don't know if I mentioned too the like even hot stain remover does good too with tire marks. I recommend that sometime as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it's hot stain that took care of. I had smoke all over. All she wanted. He wanted a house wash, but her main focus was her outside patio, outside kitchen. She had a gas grill. Her whole chimney looking thing was just disgusting. It was totally black. And she's like, I'll please try and clean it the best you can. And I told Shane, I said, you wash the house, I got this. I went to town. I loved it. I was just like, let me get it. So I did the chimney, and I did all the smoke stain, and then I did all the flat work because that's what I did for these last 2 weeks podcasts. And it's so exciting. Anyway, so hot stain is amazing on smoke as well. Mm-hmm. And I had somebody reach out to me that had, I'm not done yet.
Well, you catch your breath there.
I'm turning into Jared. I'm just going to go. So they actually use hot stain to clean their training facility for the fire department. So they'd have this cinder block house. They would set on fire so they could go do the training, and they would clean it with the hot stain, which is very impressive. And I'm like, why not the smoke melt? That sounds like more what it should be. But it worked, so why question it?
Yeah.
What about a car fire underneath a gas station canopy? Would it be the smoke melt or the other that Trudy was talking
hot
about?
stain? Well, actually, here's a trick too, because those products too. They're originally there were some products we had named like some name changes throughout the company, before I was there too. But smoke melt was the original name of the product. So those are actually the same product too, but like I said, smoke melt, that's what everyone thought. It was just for smoke, removing smoke. So that's why our owner, like I said, because he was in the industry cleaning, they did testing also how it can remove oil stains. So then they brought up the name hot stain remover, just to kind of cover all those different varieties. So so usually sometimes I'll recommend, depending on someone has hot stain or don't think they're looking at smoke melt, like, well, if you have hot stain, that is the same thing. So we have some just labeling, just different marketing labels we have too for that. And some people like getting just I don't know if you do, Trudy, feel like some people see that smoke and they feel more comfortable getting that. There's some distributors they'll want to just keep that there because someone will just want to they feel comfortable getting that. But they are, as far as the same product, you can use either one if you'd have them. So
I was actually out of smoke melt, and on my 3-week order I make every 3 weeks, but I was out of smoke melt, and I said, I can send you hot stain. Nope, I'll just wait till the smoke melt comes in. I'm like, but it's the same thing. He said, nope, I'll just wait. I'm like,
right.
I mean, I'll send you pictures. It works. No, wait. I'm like, okay.
That's what they're used to using, and they don't want to change.
Right.
Yeah.
But what about asphalt on concrete?
You watch your language, sir.
Yeah, to remove it off concrete. So that would be, if I got a question like that, that would be like sea tar melt. That would be something to test. We've even recommended, because you need like a solvent to remove that, which sea tar melt is like a solvent based chemical, and then or sometimes we also recommend acrylic strip.
And would that be straight?
Oh,
which is our another paint, option, because sometimes we'll give that both have a solvent to try. So acrylic strip's one of our paint strippers, so sometimes that can even remove it there. But sea tar will be my first option, and then like I said, if someone has either one, that's sometimes I'll ask, like, what does someone have?
Yeah.
What EaCo Chem products they have, so we can either see something we can test, or do we have to recommend another product, the product to get the right one. So
I had a question today about getting concrete splatters off of concrete. Now, my thought, and NMD80,
right,
but would that etch the driveway that has the concrete splatters on?
No, NMD80 won't. It can etch.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen testing, like, even with NMD80 straight on certain stuff, like just our in-house testing, whatnot, when we do. But NMD, like I said, if you have the splatter, I mean, the concrete itself too is already cured itself, but the splatter, that's going to be able to exit, so that'll help break it down. As far as just the dissolve, almost kind of how it does with like the mortar, like so when people are doing new, cleaning new buildings, but it'll do the same thing with concrete. It'll help dissolve it, so that way you can just pressure wash it off. So, but it won't affect, like I said, and always, like I said, always just test. I mean, it depends on what the concrete, is it brand new, is it older? Because that's one thing, with newer concrete, it's going to change throughout a year. And always just test or set that expectation. I try to explain, because sometimes they get the creams on there, and if you put like an acid type of cleaner, now NMD80 is buffer, but like I said, sometimes it might quicken that cream, take that cream off, but you'd have to like set that expectation, like, well, this could be, or you have to do it all evenly, because if not, you're going to see where that spot was, that you did, but it won't, like I said, I've never come across it affecting like the concrete itself that's cured. So yeah.
Well, concrete itself is a different animal. So when we had our driveway poured, it was August in Florida, 108. So they kept having to put water on it. So our driveways are very soft pour. So after 2 years, we can't even use a surface cleaner on it, even though we turn it down. I mean, we've etched the daylights out of that thing. It's horrible. We use it for testing a lot. It's a horrible looking driveway. But I've got chemical splatters. I've got, I do crazy stuff.
Paint sprayed all over it.
Yeah, I do crazy stuff to my house. But so always test with any product, because just because it's a 3-year-old driveway doesn't mean it's a solid 3-year-old driveway. Mine is soft. I mean, even on a hard rain, I can still see the cream top going off. I'm like, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, we get hard downpours, but it's every substrate. I mean, if I say it test one time, I've said it 100 times. I know you'd have to, because you always answer me, it's like, have them test this and have them test this. But
right.
This guy never hesitates. He knows it's SH. Who are we talking about? Oh, is that short for shoot in a bad word?
Yeah,
oh, is it you?
Probably for the poo-poo word.
Anyway, right, yeah, so.
But I know there's probably, I mean, I'm going to answer this on question, but probably in the question, but there's certain substrates that you're going to have to brush some of this chemical, and some that you can just pump up spray on, and probably some that you can just downstream. Correct?
Oh yeah, yes.
Like, let's go back to the oxidation removal.
Yeah.
You spray it on there. Can you just wash it off, let it sit for a minute or so, wash it off, or does it require to be brushed?
So the way the product is designed, it's designed to be brushless. So what we recommend doing to set up pressure rinse to that if they're removing the oxidation, because it'll knock this clean salt. What you do is whatever dilution you test, and it that's the dilution you dial in full scale for your cleaning. It's like a 2 quick application process, like 3 to 5 minutes, letting it dwell, and that's wet on wet chemical. And then so after that, do your 2 applications, and I've seen even videos where it starts. There's a couple actually good YouTube videos I've come across too with clean salt, that you can just see the oxidation just dripping, down. And like I said, in this one actually video was because he had it was like a MoFlo gun, and I think he said to have 7,000-8,000 psi came out of the gun, but he was just knocking all the oxidation off. So that's the way it's designed. Now guess there is one, there are ones we get like roof cleaning, and sometimes you get weird pitches, how they are, you can't get unless you're like on a boom lift above it or ever spraying directly on it, then, someone might have to brush in that area where they can't get that same pressure, that they, we're getting good results with. Like for example, I had one couple times, like, 2-story home, I had one guy call in, he's doing the ground level pressure washing where all the oxidation's off, but the top of the house is still, oxidized because he's trying to hit that same pressure, from the bottom to the top, and, it's still sitting there. So like in that case, like he had to get like a ladder to go up there. He's trying just to avoid that. But he ended up like pressure washing it more. And like I said, it was all even. So it depends on the circumstance. I think a lot of it sometimes like the roofs, like I said, that could be more tricky, which we've had someone, I think I have a picture of the oxidation removal on our website for Clean Salt. That's like a red roof that was done, and it looks awesome. And they had the brush in some spots. And I remember we posted it one time. Everyone was kind of like, going at it. Well, they're brushing, and what's like they did pressure washing other areas. Was just areas they couldn't get the same pressure to. So if you, and I always tell people, if you get good results through brushing, I'm not gonna argue it at all. It's just the way the product is designed is to make it, like ergonomic for everybody. So that way you don't have to do all that, brushing,
Right.
and you can just, do the pressure, obviously.
Spray on, spray off.
Right. Yeah. That's something that's, correct for the actual, PSI for the substrate you're doing too. So you can always check with the manufacturer of the siding, make sure you're not going to blast it with a turbo tip, which, always our rinsing, it always says no turbo nozzle, no 0 degree. Usually like we recommend like 40-degree fan tip, and that way you can just, kind of knock everything off as you go by it. So.
I've come across a couple of houses that's had a red tip, Zorro marks all over it.
Oh,
Yeah, we get those.
I've got those in my little photo album over here. What not to do. Training, don't do this.
Right.
So EaCo Chem sounds like eco-friendly. What is it? Can you tell us a little bit about the name?
Well, I know the original name. It used to be their like our owner, and it was his original company name. It was like East Coast Cleaning, I think it was. They kind of abbreviated, so it's not for anything. Now, like all our stuff's biodegradable. That like once it goes in the ground, but it's not. We do get some like emails here and there. Well, I see your products are eco-friendly, or just because they think of the name, but yeah, they're not eco. We don't like say them as eco. Yeah, they're not eco-friendly, but that biodegradable, and like I said, they're great, for all the professional washers out there,
So I seen a post today on, I know we talked a little bit about using store-bought products, but they were trying to remove oxidation from a garage door and used LA Awesome.
I seen that one. Yes, I did.
Okay, and I scrolled by and I'm going, what happened?
Yeah.
Some people swear by that, though, even for cleaning gutters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've never had no luck with it. I guess the gutters I clean is different.
I've seen it stain concrete and wood.
Yeah.
So
that was what I wanted to I wanted to ask, like, where was the test spot? That's like an example of one. The test, because if you just started, full, you would have seen that in the test spot, I'm sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, but that was fully done. But
yeah, that was the whole door.
Right.
And the trim. Yeah, that was more. It's like when I tell people about the industry paint issues, I'm like, do a test spot, and they send me a picture, and it looks like they took a whole bucket of SH and just
right.
I'm like,
wrong kind of testing, buddy.
That is not the correct test spot that you need to do.
Right.
Like a little spot behind a bush or an AC unit. It looked just like they took a whole bucket and just threw it at the side of the house, and I'm like, well, now you're gonna have to paint. Like, well, we're painting a house, now you have to paint. So.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you do a test spot. But yeah, always, just like you, I'm sure recommend tests in a hidden area where it's not visible, and just let the homeowner know. Explain to the homeowner, hey, I've got this product. I'm going to test it on your substrate and your siding or your paint or whatever it is, to make sure it's safe on your home. And most of the people are like, oh yeah, thank you. thank you for caring. It's like you're not going to just willy-nilly, splash and dash on the house, and then walk away, tail light warranty. Just bye. You could keep the $350. You're going to spend $3,000 painting your house. I'm out of here. So it's happened. So let's see. We got C Carmel done. HD there. What is it? HD Brightnol, if my memory serves, for wash bays for car washes.
Yeah, you can use, so that's one, that would be one like the substrate we're with. So it depends, because some wash bays have like that plastic, and some are block too.
Yeah.
We have like up here, we have some more block up here too. But like, so that's like ones, because you get, so like HD Bright on the panels, like if we're just cleaning that surface paneling, the plastic, like I mentioned, like HD Bright and all clean salt, those are great for, like I said, general purpose cleaning and cleaning surfaces. So, you're not, so like that panel, you're not dealing with anything porous. Now, if it was block, I would probably suggest One Restore.
Okay.
Because at that case, that stain, people are going through, car wash every day, that stain's settling in there. So like Brightenol probably would clean like the surface of that block, but the stains that are in, the pores, you would need that One Restore to get it out. Now, if you're just, the job's only for general cleaning, then Brightenol is your way to go, because then you can downstream that. I always say it's like the more like cost effective version of One Restore. I guess you consider even like a mild or acid too, because you can dilute it more. I think we even say like the our spec sheet for it, it's like a 20-to-1 to 60-to-1, which 60-to-1's out there. That's like our general purpose cleaning suggestion, for cleaning that way. Now we say undiluted, the 15-to-1 for your more aggressive, so then you can always move to that set there if you need to go more aggressive. But that would be like a substrate question. And like I said, if someone has either one, then either one, both would be great to try, because more than likely you need an acid for that. So those stains.
And so you usually get plexiglass, or I don't think you get real glass at car wash. It's usually plexi, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Is it real glass?
Yeah.
I have a detailer come. I don't go through those things.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's plastic too, I mean, I know, like I said, we wouldn't have anything probably One Restore, because if it has to be glass, like One Restore, we do recommend for glass restoration too. That we get, and even some of the window washers, I do talk to a few of them. Like I said, they always I keep that in their back pocket, because they use their solution, but they use One Restore to restore glass. So that's just another one of its versatilities, because we get people too that are cleaning like a whole building with doing a restoration with One Restore, and they're like, the big concern, there's windows and everything there. Well, I always say it's a concern, because One Restore can be used on glass. I mean, if you're not doing the glass cleaning, then you just would just keep them wet. We always recommend anything you're not cleaning just to keep it keep it wet and don't let it dry.
100%. So we had a question, not chemical related, but I'll ease it into chemical related, because that's what I do. Can you give me a tip on how to get or reach more customers who've been working in pressure washing for a year? Welcome, Platinum. I don't know what your real name is. We'll just call you PPW, because I love that name.
Can I start this one?
So welcome to the industry. Come to the Panhandle Expo if you can, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You will learn so much. But what you can do, I think out of the box, do the 5-around door knocking, go to community events, like anytime you can donate a house wash for a silent auction. Right toward the end, before they pick up the papers, take a picture. You got the phone number, you got the email, they got the name. Reach out to those customers. Those guys are bidding on your house wash because they need it, not because they want to give money away. I know I wouldn't be bidding on a baby basket, because
we ain't got a use for it.
Yeah, I don't have no use for it.
You ain't got time for it.
I'm not going to bid on it because I don't need it. So the people that are bidding on your free house wash need the service. So you can call them up and say, I'm sorry you didn't win the bid. I'll give you $50 off for this. Get in your community, knock on doors, just stay present, be visible. Get on Nextdoor, get on Facebook. You don't have to spend a lot of money. I buy cheap pens. I've got some over here. They're like $49 pens with our wash company on it. I take them to all the local eateries because people love stealing those pens.
Yep.
They've got your name and phone number. Give them, the wait staff loves them because they don't have to buy pens. Your name and number's out there. So there's a lot of things. When you knock on the door, educate your customer. Tell them what they don't know. You show up with a bottle of bleach and a bottle of Dawn and a pressure washer, they've got that in their house. They can do it themselves. But if you go there and educate them on the chemicals, on the substrates, on the safety issues at their house, they got a green wood porch. That's a slip hazard when it rains. They can have people come up to their house and fall, and there's a lawsuit. If they've got children, the mold on their house, that black mold can cause asthma and allergies. So talk to them about that. If their roof is disgusting and nasty, their insurance can cancel them because their roof is dirty. There's so much that you can get educated on, and so much you can talk to the customer about that they don't know that can get you more jobs. And be on time, answer your phone, and be professional.
And you're in a neighborhood.
Yes.
And you're working. It's hard to do if you're a one man show. But if you got a helper, get them pushing the surface cleaner. When you go around to the neighbors, hey, I'm Anthony. I'm in the neighborhood. We're over here from Southern Surface Cleaner Pressure Washing. We're over here at your neighbor's house getting the driveway cleaned up, the house wash. I noticed that your driveway's it's kind of dirty and stuff. Would you be interested in giving you a price on it? We'll give you a good deal on your house washing driveway today, since we're in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yep. While you're there.
While we're here, we're gonna clean your driveway for $250. If
I got to come back, it's going to be.
What if I ain't got it? What about next week? Well, it's going to go up $150.
Mm-hmm.
This is the day's deal now. But then you can throw in, well, if you call me next week, you throw your house in, we probably could work something out. We could do it for that price. That a lot of people use yard signs. They'll use yard signs. You put them down, they get taken up, but still somebody's going to see that yard sign. Yeah. Even if if you live in a neighborhood, your yard sign should be in your yard.
And also, when you are doing the door knocking, you
be professional.
Well, be professional, be courteous. So before you start, go hook up your water, knock on your customer's door, hook up the water, then do your 5 around, the 2 on each side and 3. Knock on the door and say, hey, I'm Trudy. I'm with Classic Touch Pressure Washing. I'm going to be washing your neighbor's house. Point at the house. Show them how dirty the driveway is in the house. Say, I just want to let you know I'm washing in case you have dogs that are scared of noise or you have children that go down for naps. I'm going to be here for about an hour and a half. I don't want to inconvenience you. I'm just going to let you know that I'm here. And then do that for all 5 while your water's filling up. Do the job. Come back around. Knock on the door again. Say, hey, I'm finished. Here's my card. I just finished your neighbor's house. Now they see it clean. So they've seen it dirty. You're courteous enough to care about their children and their pets. And now they see it clean. And they're just going to see the transformation. And just say, hey, I'm finished. Sorry if I inconvenience you at all. If you need any services, give me a call. Boom. They're going to remember that because you gave a crap. You cared about them. You cared about
people. This day and time, they're out they like that kind of stuff.
They do.
And until people realize that, you just can't walk to somebody's house and say, hey, I'm Anthony. I'm cleaning this house over here. Are you interested in getting your house cleaned?
Yeah.
That's gonna get you nowhere.
Yeah. You're running machines and they got a skittish dog. I have a dog that's scared of pressure washing. She's in the wrong family, but she goes to work with Daddy every day. That pressure washer's running, and she gets mad if she don't go to work. She's a little bipolar, I think. But she gets pressure washer. She's shaking, so she's in the truck. Daddy turns up the stereo. She's fine, but she's definitely got in the wrong family. But there's pets out there scared, or babies that take naps. Just to let them know they can put them in the other room to sleep. But anyway,
the main thing is get out there, get yourself known, get your brand known, get your company known. Just go to, if you want commercial, go to the restaurants, go to the motels, go to stuff, introduce yourself to the managers. Even if you have to go 2 times a day, go in the morning, get the morning manager, go in the evening, get the evening manager, because somewhere down the line, they're going to need your services. They may take, well, we got somebody. Okay, well, here's my card. Just keep it. Wait a month, go back in there. I know this works because this is how I got my McDonald's stuff to clean. I went by this McDonald's for years in my town we lived in, Matt, and every day I bet they got a stack of my business cards this time.
And that's why you have to go to the gym and go on a diet, because there's a McDonald's every day.
Yeah, that about killed me. I ate some of that stuff here a while back, and I thought I was going to die. But that's what it takes. You got to be consistent, and you got to stay on top of it, because just because you go by there one time, and I know we're way off chemicals,
Yeah.
but if you go by there one time and just introduce yourself, and you don't go back, they're gonna say, "Well, that guy ain't important. He don't really want this job." My mentality is this: I got to make myself present to the managers and let them know I care about their business enough for me to keep coming back and trying to put myself in that position to get that job.
All right. We do have a chemical.
All right. We keep moving, just keep busy, just get out there and hustle, and you will make the money, and the customers will come. It's probably going to take some time, but and another thing, one more thing, find somebody, another pressure washer that's doing good, help them.
Yep.
Help them, and then in due time you will be yours are come, my friend. Take it from me, a true believer of it.
Anyway. I just realized that you were probably paying your own salary after eating all that McDonald's.
Man, I mean, their sweet teas was $1, and you get a cup this big of sweet tea.
Okay. So let's go to the chemical question.
20 times a day. I spent $20 a day on sweet tea at McDonald's, man.
Oh my goodness.
285 pounds.
I'm surprised you don't have diabetes. I know that sweet tea sweet. All right, let's go to the chemical question. Do I need an extra, such as a 20-gallon tank, to downstream when using Cleansol BC or any cleaning process using process on cleansing? Do you yes, you don't want to mix it with your SH. You don't want to mix it
with a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, you don't want to mix it. Yeah, don't
make a 5-gallon bucket, drop your injector in there. I mean, if you've got extra chemical tanks and you're going to use it, use it. Hot stain, you're not going to use
it. Just mix you up enough that you're going to use.
Yeah.
For it don't be on your truck, for you get out somewhere and you think it's something, you forget that it's in there, and you go to mix something else in there with that, could cause a problem. Because then you're mixing chemicals that you don't know exactly what to do, which is a big no-no.
Yeah.
But anyway, fleet washing.
Ooh.
How do you determine on truck wash
TWS?
Yeah, or Glory BC, degreaser,
or Glory BC and truck wash.
Yeah.
So that's usually, and that's what I'll ask. Depends on what people are cleaning. So usually I'll ask if they're cleaning. Are they cleaning polished aluminum or non-polished? So, people that are cleaning, all polished aluminum, that's all they clean. Then that would be, so Truck Wash Supreme, you can use that on polished aluminum and unpolished. So it kind of kills, two birds with one stone in a way. So usually it'll be asked that way, like if someone's doing a mixture, Truck Wash Supreme can be, used for both, fleets they're washing, polished and unpolished aluminum. If there's no polish, then like Glory BC will be, fine, to be used for any like painted, fleet truck. Which actually, and that's the one as well, which actually even, Glory BC, I'll, mention that. That's even the thing, like looking at like CleanSol, how we're talking about oxidation and you can clean a house with it. I tell people all the time, I mean, CleanSol, you can clean your car with it because Glory BC is actually CleanSol BC as well. So people are always, if they might scared to do on a house, it's like, well, we watched. I've seen some videos, our old videos, like on our at work, of got them cleaning videos of trucks out, like in our parking lot, like in our warehouse, with Glory. But yeah, it just depends. Like I said, if it's polished, like I said, it's Truck Wash Supreme. Our owner, he, like I say, he was a pressure washer. He loved Truck Wash Supreme. He used to use it to wash like mail trucks and everything. But yeah, just mostly depends on if you're cleaning polished or unpolished aluminum and which one you want to go with. So
chemicals don't need to be mixed back to back without rinsing or neutralizing.
All of them. All of it.
what was
Well,
it?
no, so your white scum and the calcite pre-soaked. Do you
Oh.
have to rinse those? You don't rinse those before NMD80, right?
No, yeah, it's wet on wet. Yeah,
Wet
wet
on
on wet.
wet.
Yeah.
Other chemicals rinse between.
Yeah, if you're gonna use something, yeah, that's a two-step process. Yeah, because that's really, there's only a couple two. That's really like that, and
Mhm.
I mean, really, when you have like sometimes people call in, like even talk about fleet washing, and well, you have a two-step truck wash, and then ours Gory BCN truck wash. Those are just a one-step truck wash. You don't have to two-step it. So and we really, and then neutralizing too. We don't even recommend the neutralize. Really with they're not required with any of our products either. So just thorough rinse.
So I've already talked to your boss. I want the owner. I won't say the name because you haven't said the name, so I won't say the name. But I have a challenge because I am looking for a chemical that will kill the mildew, that is safe on the pigment, the R3 magenta that we can downstream. I need this chemical. Right now we're doing pump up or sulfur. I need this chemical to work because we have so many contractors out here that are repainting houses or turn down work because they don't have a chemical that they can use on this. If we can make this chemical and make it work, I'll be just ordering pallets of that because we need it.
Yeah. I'll be our chemist, yeah. Because is that like the organic paints and stuff that
it's not paint. It's
Oh.
we don't want to go. We were after him, Alan. We don't
That's a
want to
whole
go.
different show.
Don't even start on this one. That's a whole other.
Yeah.
I'll call you.
That's a 3
I
hour
didn't know
show.
that's what it was. I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a pigment. It's R3 magenta that I actually spoke to a lady today. She can't even use her water from her spigot because they put chlorine in the city water and it changes her house green
What?
from the garden hose, which has probably 0.01% chlorine in
So
it.
she could get the city to paint her house then.
Nope. Because that's normal. I mean, our water has.
I mean, it's normal for us to use chlorine on washing a house. So why don't we get stuck paying for it?
No, her city. She's
we know
not.
better?
She had to pay for it. I spoke to this lady, this homeowner. She was so upset and so confused. She said, "Why are they still doing this?" I'm like, "Because they make more money. We don't. Us washers lose money on this, but we need to get a chemical. Let's get your chemical."
Yeah. Even like the has Clean Sol been like used too on it, or
I have tested. I think I did test Cleansol because when I called, they told me to use that, and then I was told to use Saber, and that didn't work.
yeah.
I'll use it again. It didn't change the paint, but it didn't kill the mildew.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I always tell people too, because our products that we don't manufacture any, the bio side.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's the one. So like sometimes if we get people that just want to like clean it, because I said we can't kill mold and algae, but our stuff can clean it. So because that's always, like I say, you'll need a bio side if they want to kill it. But but I'll have to bring that one up there and see.
Yeah,
I wish it'd be weird because if it was a way to like actually how it's like to test it in a way. Like at our place or something, that'd be because we'd have to like look into that. I'll have to bring that up tomorrow when I go in. So
I can send you some samples painted if you need. But I know at the PWNA, was it PWNA huge? You guys had a non-bleach mildew.
We did. It was it's called Bleach Magic, and we brought it down there, and honestly, I'm not sure if you got to try or if ever even got to use it, but it never got to take off as much because I know we brought it down there, and like I said, we've sold a little bit of it, but I don't think it took off. It still doesn't kill.
Okay.
That's the thing. It still does. It has the Bleach Magic name Bleach, and then we even had people like smell it. You don't smell any bleach because it's like the percentage even below like a pool shock amount that's in it, and it doesn't didn't bleach we had a shirt there, it didn't bleach the shirt, but it just didn't take off. Now I don't know, like I said, if that is one that can be tried on there. I'll bring that up to our chemist too and ask that if that's something that hasn't been tried yet. Because if you tried Clean Sol, which I know that's probably would be the safest thing to try on it or at least see. But if that's still doing it, then I don't know if that would do anything. It might do the same thing, but I'll have to check on that one
Okay.
for sure.
Shannon, I would make sure you put that chemical strainer in water before you take it out of your bleach tank. Or you can get a little 3-way ball valve. You can have, or a blend manifold. You can do that too. Metering valve. You can do different chemicals. But definitely, if you're taking it out of your bleach tank, make sure you rinse it thoroughly before putting it in another chemical.
You don't want to make a mustard gas, and we see you in the hospital.
I've had the chlorine cough, and that is not fun. It's not fun. So anyway, we are
We're
over.
hour 5.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
I know that went quick, and Anthony didn't let me talk a lot. That was so mean of him. So mean. I have so much information, which it's your show, so I would have, just told everybody what you know. Well, you know more than me, but I'm just okay. So we went through the chemicals a lot of, well, not all of them. There's so many. Like we had to back for like a 3-hour show.
They got probably got 50 out there.
Do what?
They probably got 50 out there.
I've got 2 full pallets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I know. I see that video you posted the other day. That hold all the shelf in the background.
Yeah, that's what I use. No, it's a great product. You know what? A Panhandle, we only sell what we use. Being out in the field, we're not going to put anything on the shelves that's going to cause contractors to fail. And I've you guys send me a product. I'm like, let me try one. So I get a pallet, and I'll try it. I'm like, I need 5 of those cases.
Yeah.
I mean, and 5 gallons. I mean, just keep coming. I need a pallet of this stuff. It's great. It's a great product. All the products are great. And like you said, One Restore is probably our #1 seller. Then Cleanse All BC, and then NMD 80. Those are probably 3, except for the videos when I put art out there. When I put the art out there, I've got 2 left. I just got a dozen in. I'm already down to 2.
We go. We get like a bunch of art requests. They're like, "What did Trudy post?"
Yeah.
That happens. No, but I mean, every chemical has its place, but it also has multiple places, and it's safe on multiple substrates. The encyclopedia, I know I always ask for them when I get my order, and when somebody orders some EaCo Chem that I know is a new customer, I'll put an encyclopedia in there. Or when customers come in and talk to us, I do that. At the expo, which, we keep trying to get you there again. You guys were there, I think, 2022.
Yeah, I believe so.
And it was a game changer. It was awesome. It was amazing. I think you only had the 4 chemicals. It was NMDAD, HD, One Restore, and Cleanzo was the only 4 we had there at the time. I think that's all we carried at the time.
Yeah. You've quadrupled it.
Yeah. I know. It was like 3 weeks. As soon as I get a pallet and somebody's like, I need 5 or 6 5-gallons of this, and I'm like, I don't want any more.
That's all. We get it to you. We get it to you the same day.
Yeah, I know. I was like, usually it's like 2 days since I ordered. Bam, there it is. But we love your products. We'd love to learn more about them. We keep inviting you to the Panhandle Expo, do training and talk about the products to the contractors. I don't think we have any. I think Nutripods is going to be there, but I think that's the only chemical company we have. We always invite you. We love you to come. I know I bugged the crap out of you up until day of.
That's all right. I get it. Try.
Education is key, knowing how to use it. So these contractors don't mess up these properties and cost themselves thousands and thousands of dollars because, as you know, Anthony, you make a claim, an insurance claim, you're looking for new insurance because they'll drop you. 100%.
Pretty much.
I've paid for 15 years. I make one claim and now you drop me.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate it. I could have saved all that money and just paid for it myself. But
guys, listen, hey, y'all get over to panhandleexpo.com, get registered for the Panhandle event.
Yep.
You got Miss Alana. She's going to be doing an AI class, which is $199. Early bird special. Put it in the promo code. You get in there for $150. You got myself and Jeffrey Blackman, Mr. Strop-A-Lot here, going to be doing a parking lot striping class. It's $399. You get the book that I just showed you. You can strop a whole parking lot with this book. Wouldn't even need me and him there or teach you, but you get this book. This book's $45 if you go on his website and buy it. That's going to bring it down to $354. The first 10 gets $50 off. That brings you to $304. Hey, let's make it even $300 if we can. Make it work. And you're gonna buy. You're gonna have lunch.
There's some more.
And but if you go to Texas and you take this class at his place of business out there, it costs you $1,500 per person to go out there and take it. It's well worth it. We went out this morning, got to the job site about 6:30, 7 o'clock. We painted 2 parking lots for a school. We was out of there by 12 o'clock. So it's worth the time and the money to get into this class. It's worth the time and the money to get in the line of class where we get in here and let AI run some of our ads for us and try to make us more money.
Do you think we're here? Any AI, or am I just a lost cause?
Who?
Me.
Me and you probably just lost cause. But, everybody else probably going to love it. Me and you probably ain't going to like it too much. But anyway, Matt, it's been a great show, man.
Yeah, thank you.
There will be a lot of people.
How can they get a hold of EaCo Chem if they need anything?
Oh yeah, reach out to us anytime. Like I said, Trudy, just call our number. We'll answer, or send us an email. We'll get back to you any questions you have, and give you the best recommendations. So feel free.
Awesome. Well, thank you, and hopefully we see you soon at one of the events, and hopefully ours. Not just keep pushing that, but
Great. I know.
If not, we would love to. After we're now bringing everybody in that's speaking and training at the events. So after that, we'd love to have you back, because we only got through 5 chemicals, and there's
got a lot
many
more.
and I didn't even get to talk much.
Yeah.
I drank my whole bottle of water while he was talking. That guy. But thank you so much
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll be calling you tomorrow for something.
All right. Sounds good.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.